Mike here. Welcome to the video and welcome to my shop. Today we're going to start our 4-part series on how to build a spinnerbait. Okay, I hope that looks good and sounds good. I'm going to put the microphone over here on the side so I can get to everything. Okay, as you can see, I only have a small area here to work with. So I got to kind of plan everything out. So let's start with the basics. Some kind of lead mold. Something to melt your lead with. I got a hot pot, which has really worked out well for me so far. You can buy all the stuff that I'm mentioning at Barlows. I'll leave a link in the description below and we'll go from there. The second thing you need is a mold. So I bought the Poison Tail Jig. It's a half, 3/4, and 1 ounce size. The model is a PTJ-3-AFM. And I have modified it a little bit, and I'll show you how I did that as we go along. So the first thing I had to find was I had to find the kind of spinnerbait wire I wanted. Well, it's very limited nowadays. You can buy an open or you can buy a closed. That's it. So I bought the closed. Let me get one out of the bag here and I'll show you. The open has like a U here, and the twist, you can see, has a nice little twist in it. I'm always changing mine, so I use a small snap on this so I can change from bait to bait to bait. So the twisted eye model. And I bought it for 1/2 and 3/4 ounce, and it's a 40 thousandths thick. Let me see if I can get the exact information here. This is it right here, the wire form twisted eye Barlows model 430158-0.040. It's a 40 thousandth size, and it's made for a 1/2 ounce. So once you got that, and you got your lead mold, and then you got to get hooks. Well, I started off with the Mustad hook, number 32606 NP. Let me get some of them out, and I'll show you them. And they're a chrome hook, and there's all the information you need. Again, got them from Barlows. But I also ordered from Barlows a little heavier duty. It's called the Victory hook, and it's a 40608BN, size 5. And that's the information for it. I don't know if you can see that right there or not. So I bought a couple hundred of those. And those are more like a black nickel hook, a little heavier duty. Love them hooks. Then I bought 100 406B08. I'm sorry, 40608BN size 4 hook. It's the same thing as the 5, it's just a hair smaller. So now we got the hooks. And as we go on here, I'll show you more and more of the parts that I got. I also bought the lead from Barlows. The mold's warming up here. Let me get it back in my spot, because I have a special spot that I keep everything in. I bought this, I don't know if you can see it here, this piece of aluminum. I got that at Harbor Freight, and it's for mixing body putty on. And it's really a nice place to keep my molds, my lead on. So now we're going to get this heated up here a bit. So you see this little exhaust hood I made out of cardboard. It's really come in handy, to be honest with you. Then I have a small fan up in here that evacuates all the lead stuff that's not good for you. They say to use a well-ventilated room. Well, I'm using a fume hood to do that. So this will be video 1 of 4 on how to make spinnerbaits. Now I used a triangular file and filed grooves. You can see the filed grooves where they come out here. And where the wires actually set in. Right here and right here. I have filed them open so that it accepts the wire molds. And I can fill them in. So this is what I use. It's called Permatex Ultra Red Gasket Maker High Temperature. And that's what I use to make or to erase where I made mistakes or where I don't want lead to go in. Really works good. And you can see on my mold that I've obviously made a couple mistakes when I cut it loose and started filing. Take your time and file it correctly, and it'll be all right. I'm just kind of getting stuff arranged here. It's important that the lead be very hot. It's got to get down into all those nooks and crannies and stuff of the jig bait. And I'll show you. It's got to flow down through these areas of the spinnerbait. This is a completed one that I have completely done. I have to yet put the spinner on, the blade on, and that'll be probably at step 3. I have ordered stuff to get the skirts done. Let's see how we're doing here on the mold. This little pin's kind of a pain in the butt, but when you get used to it, it works. Okay, I don't think the mold's warm enough yet. Let's heat the mold up a little bit. Okay, so here's my number 5 hook. This is a victory hook, number 5, and the wire. And you put the hook through the wire, put it in your mold. Make sure you can get it into all your little creases and crevices. I always put a piece of tape on it. That helps when I close it. And then make sure that your mold and your pieces are through where you put your filed marks to hold the wire. Now I bought, it's called a hot pot. Let me pour this one for you. Because it's hard to get this all underneath one of the regular lead pots. So let's see how it worked out. Looks like it came out pretty good. Let's pull it out of here and see if underneath everything worked out. And it did. So you can see that this is the extra from pouring the mold, from the mold that you poured the lead in. I cut that off and put it back in the lead pot. And then you'll see there's an eyelet on it, and that's for when you do just the poison mold. Now you can see the eye is formed real nice. The skirt holder is formed real good. So I think this is a pretty good pour right here. I'll put them up on our rack. We'll heat it up and try it again. Take a look at the different hooks that I use. Okay, the first hook is a Barlows Mustad hook, a 32 606 NP-NI. The second hook is a Barlows hook. It's a Victory hook, 40608BN, and that's a size 4. Then over the next one, this one right here, is a Victory hook. A size 5, and it's a 40608BN. Size 5. So you can see the size 5, the size 4, the size 4. I've used all three of them on this mold, and it seems to work real good. I'll try the big one again. And this is right here is called the wire form. I hope you can see that. And it's also called a twisted eye. Again, I bought it from Barlows. The part number is 430158. And it's a 40,000th wire, meaning it's 40 thousandths diameter. Let's see if we can get one poured here. Again, I make sure that this is good. There you go, another one poured. Yeah, I think I got her by Joe. We'll see here. Let's pour one. I might have poured that too slow. We'll see. Nope, it looks pretty good. It looks damn good, actually. That's how you want them to come out, right there. Take off the excess, put it back in the pot. Take off the eye that I don't use. Put that in the pot. And there's a pretty nice, there's a pretty nice 3/4 ounce jig. Now I do take a file and file it down a little bit, and then I file where the extra came off. But you can see it made a really nice mold there. So let's do another one while we're on a roll here. I'll hang this one up right here. I would like to do 10. Let's see if that's even possible. Let me get a couple pieces of this cut, and this will help a little bit. 1, 2. See, I added a stack up here, and I added a stack up here, and that's to keep my wire straight. And we'll close her up. I forgot my little pin. Put the pin in there. Back this up just a hair. And there we go. Another one ready to pour. Let's pour it. See how this one works out. Kind of pouring awkward so you can see it with the camera, and kind of messing me up a little bit. But hey, as long as it works, it works. Okay, another good one. There's another good 3/4 ounce one right there. Knock off the extra. Put it back in the pot. Cut off the eye that forms. I'm going to be modifying that eye on the next group that I do, because I want to make, I'm going to call it a clatterbait. Some people call them chatterbaits, but I am not calling them a chatterbait. They're going to be a clatterbait. So you see how we file that all down? Get all of that extra stuff out of there. It's never a lot, but it's just something you got to be advised of and take care of to do. And there's my 3/4. Looks good. The eyes are looking good. Yep. Where the extra came off is nice and smooth now. So let's do another one. Looks pretty good. I'll hang it right here alongside the other one. And as you can see, once you get going on them and you get everything right, they go pretty quick. Get everything just right. Close the mold. Open the mold back up because something moved. And we'll pour another one. Cut off all the extra. Do a little filing. There's another good one. Gotta do a little more filing on this one, I guess. There it is. Looking good. There's 3. I'll do one more on camera. 3/4 ounce. There we go. Well, I think this one's my best one. Another one done.